Okay, so in this video we'll be talking about linked lists. Okay, so what are linked lists exactly? So just like how arrays work, arrays are in a contiguous memory location. Linked lists are mostly in non-contiguous memory locations. Okay, if you have arrays, for example, you have arrays elements. Let's say that the array elements are broken down into three different locations. So let's say that this is a heap, and let's firstly create our linked list. Let's say this is element A, element B, and element C. So how this will go in the memory is element A, element B, and element C. These can be stored in different places. Okay, say this is A, this is B, this is C. But how arrays work? Arrays work in a very different way. Arrays are stored in contiguous memory location. For example, this is an array, okay, in the memory. This is just a pictorial representation. It's not exactly how this works. Okay, so let's go back to our linked list. So linked list, the one that you see here, okay, this is a linked list that has three elements. And what exactly a linked list stores, if you see that apart from how we had arrays, the array had only one value in an element, right, as an element. But a linked list will always have two different things in a single element. What are those? Okay, it will have two things. The first one will be the data, like for example you have 273, okay, and the second one will be the address of 412. Now let's say that what we have here, this is the data part and this is the address part. Now what is the address for, right? So let's say for example we have this element here, right? This element is stored at location, let's say 222. This is the first element or first node. Then how will this be pointing to the next element? That is where this address comes in picture. Okay, so 412 will be the address of this element, and then this element will store its own value, let's say 63, and then it will store the address of the next element. Let's say it has 1022. Okay, this is the address, and 1022 will be the address for the next element. The next element will store its own data 7, and the address of the last element will be null because it won't be pointing to anything. Okay, it doesn't point to anything. So these are the basics of the linked list.